Hello and welcome. In today's video, we'll be analyzing the important trends in teenage pregnancy across Zambia's 10 provinces. So we're going to look at the data that tracks the percentage of women aged 15 to 19 who have ever been pregnant. And this data or this report or this session is based on the Zambian Demographic Health Survey, which was conducted from 2013, 2018, and 2024. My name is Mike Mwale, and I'll be the one sharing with you the insights that I managed to analyze from uh, the Zambian Demographic Health Survey. So, welcome to the presentation on teenage pregnancy trends in Zambia based on insights from the Demographic Health Survey conducted in 2013, 2020, 2014, 2018, as well as 2024. So, in this session, we'll explore the data that highlights how teenage pregnancy rates have changed across Zambia's 10 provinces over the past decade. Okay, and then we'll look at the key trends and patterns in reproductive health. Then we'll also look at areas where interventions have shown impact, and then in regions where may require greater focus. So the objective of this session or this video is based on two things, which is number one is understand the trends in teenage pregnancy rates across Zambia's provinces from 2013 to 2024. And the second objective is just to identify which regions have shown improvements and which one require targeted interventions. What we have is just showing the trends of teenage pregnancy rate by province. And we'll begin with Central Province. And when you look at Central Province, it's always been around the past decades, the past 10 years. Central Province has always been around uh, 30 to 29%. Okay, when you look at the 2013, 2018, and 2024, it has always been around 30%. Then when it comes to Copperbelt, Copperbelt is showing a bit of uh, uh, decrease compared to Central when it comes to teenage pregnancy. So when you look at Copperbelt as of 2013, it was standing at 16.3%. Okay, and then in 2018 we saw an increment to 21%, but as of 2024, based on the report by Zambia Demographic Health Survey, we are standing at 17.5, which is a very good improvement. And this can be attest to the issues to do with improved access to family planning. We move to Eastern Province, which is a very interesting province. When you look at the 2013, we were standing at 35%. Okay, and from there it moved now to 39% as of 2018, based on the report that was produced in 2018. And then the report that was produced in 2024, we are standing at 42% of girls between 15 to 19 who had begun childbearing in that province. That is almost 50% of the people that were interviewed in the same survey, which is a lot of young girls that are falling pregnant, young girls that are dropping out of school, young girls that are unable to reach their full potential, right? We come to Wapula. Wapula is showing really some improvements. I'm very much impressed with Wapula, with how they've managed to contain and also just prevent some of the teenage pregnancy. When you look at 2013, Wapula was at 27.9%. According to the report, then it moved to, there was a bit of an increment by 2% to 29% as of 2018, and then as of 2024, we saw a decrease to 23.3%, which is amazing because it has always been below 30%, which is good to see that the province of Wapula is doing amazing work in preventing teenage pregnancy. Kudos to the provincial health office. Kudos to all the parties that are involved in the fight against teenage pregnancy. In Lusaka in 2013, that is very interesting. We were at 23.8%, which is more like 24% of girls between 15 to 19 who had begun childbearing or who have ever been pregnant. Okay, and then we saw a decrease from 23 to 14%. That is in 2018. Okay, which is good, and this can be attested to the increased access to reproductive health services, the information that is being shared in schools and in communities around sexual reproductive health services. But however, we've seen an increase from 14 to 16, as of 2024, is standing at 16.3%, which is an increment of about 2%, right? Which is, we need to question ourselves where did we fall short in maintaining, in terms of reducing the teenage pregnancy. Otherwise, kudos to the people of Lusaka, to the people of Lusaka. We come to Muchinga province in the northern region of. When you look at the 2013 data report that was produced by the Zambia Demographic Health Survey, it was showing that the province was at 29.6%. You know, the girls that were interviewed between 15 to 19 who had begun childbearing, it was 29.6%. Okay, still below 30, but um, there's a lot that needs to be done. And then in 2018, we saw a reduction from 29.6 to 29.3, which is of a 0.3 reduction. However, in 2024, we saw an increment from 29.3 to 33.5. So we need to ask ourselves, what is really happening in Muchinga? Where are we falling short when it comes to addressing teenage pregnancy in Muchinga province? We need to ask ourselves those questions. We come to Northern Province. Okay, Northern Province in the northern part of Zambia. We look at the 2013 report, we were standing at 30%. And then we dropped, okay? We saw a drop from 30 to 29% as of 2018. However, we've now increased now. Imagine, we dropped, now we've increased. So we're now at 28.1% as of 2024, based on the Zambia Demographic Health report that was done by Zambia Demographic Health Survey. So this it's showing that there's an increment when it comes to there's an increase, sorry, when it comes to pregnancy in Northern Province. So we need to think around what can we do in Northern Province, or where did we fall short? What did we stop doing? In Northern Province, because in 2018 we was 25, okay, which was good. What did we do in 2018, or in those years, 2018, those periods? What did we do that we stopped doing, in the period of 2024, somewhere there? What did we stop doing? So we need to ask ourselves those questions. Then when we come to Northwestern, okay. So with Northwestern in 2013, 2014, we were standing at 41%. The girls that were interviewed, 15 to 19, 41% of those that were interviewed had already begun childbearing or have ever been pregnant. Okay, then we saw a drop from 40, we dropped to 35.7%, which is good, right? This is very good improvement. And then we've seen a drop now from 35 to 32.7. That is like a 3% drop, which is a very good improvement. So we need to keep doing the good work that you guys are doing in Northwestern, Basolwezi, keep doing the amazing work that you're doing. We're doing well. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. We need you to be below 20. We need you to be below 30%. Okay, so you can borrow some of the ideas from the Wapula. You can borrow some of those ideas from Wapula. You can borrow some of the ideas from Wapula. I think is the best example because you share almost a similar culture, the similar everything between Northwestern and Wapula is almost the same. But I mean, you gotta learn from what the other provinces are doing. Otherwise, kudos Northwestern, kudos to you guys. I wish I could speak in Lunda, but kudos to you guys. So we move to Southern Province. So in Southern Province, there's a mix, of performance. When you look at 2013, it was standing at 36%. However, it moved now to 2.5% as of 2018. Okay, then the teenage pregnancy rate dropped to 32.9. So keep on doing what you are doing for it to drop from 42.5 to 32.9. Keep doing that work. Keep doing that work. I believe that the work that you guys are doing is very, very impactful. Can you keep doing that work? We want you to be below 20%. We want you to be below 30% and maintain that momentum. We want our girl child, we want our women to be able to fulfill their potential, to be able to continue doing their economic activities because they are not being prevented from performing those duties as a result of pregnancy. Southern Province, kudos with your work, you're doing well. We go to Western Province. Western Province. The Western Province. Last but not the least. As of 2013, it was standing at 40%. As of 2018, it increased by 1% to 41%. But look at the beauty, right? Look at the beauty. Within 10 years, we've now dropped to 29.3%. The work that you guys are doing is so amazing. Keep on doing this amazing work as Western Province. Keep on doing this amazing work. We want to see this momentum. Don't move above 30. We need you to go below 30. We need you to go below 20. We need you to go below 15. We want you to be at 10%. Let's keep on doing the amazing work that we are doing. So overall, this is the picture of the teenage pregnancy rate according to the Zambia Demographic Health Survey from 2013 to 2024. Eastern Province will call it out. The percentages have not really been good the past decade. We need to be in the range of 20%. That is the goal. Let's go below 30%. Let's be in the range of 20. Let's be like Muchinga or let's be like Wapula. 23% is fine. Let's fight for that number. Let's do the amazing work that we're doing. Copperbelt and Lusaka, you guys have all the resources. So we don't expect you to go above 15%. Let's go, let's drop these numbers to below 15%. You have all the resources, you have all the support. Let's keep on working together and ensure that the teenage pregnancy rate is dropped in all these provinces. Eastern Province, Southern Province, and Muchinga, Northwestern. Let's pull up. Let's pull up. Let's pull up our work. Let's improve our work. Let's keep on doing the amazing work that we're doing. It's not too late. So now, what are some of the factors that are behind these numbers? So I just did just a brief research around these numbers to just understand what could have led Eastern to have so much teenage pregnancies compared to Wapula, compared to Lusaka. So now these are some of the findings that maybe I can just share with you guys and to just brainstorm your mind and kickstart the conversation because the report is out. Let's make use of this data. So the first thing that could be the reason why we have all these conflicting or all these fluctuating trends across Zambia's provinces is number one is increased access to reproductive health services. When you look at Wapula has, we've seen quite a number of people accessing reproductive health services. Same applies to Lusaka, Copperbelt. We've seen a number of young people accessing reproductive health services. There's improved access to family planning services. The clinics are youth friendly, so adolescents and young people can go. We've also seen health programs, health education programs that have been rolled out in some of these provinces, right? In Lusaka, we've seen all these education programs that have been done on TV, radio, which have actually contributed to a decrease in the teenage pregnancy rates. Education and awareness campaigns is also another important aspect that has really benefited the some of these places like Lusaka and Copperbelt, and also some of partly other regions like Wapula, and just to mention a few. So there's really much uh, when it comes to targeted interventions. For example, in Lusaka and Copperbelt, they have really benefited from these targeted sexual education programs where women and young girls now can make informed decision about their reproductive health because information is there. There are a lot of information is readily available for the young people in Lusaka and Copperbelt. So we need to roll out such kind of interventions in Wapula, in the deep ends of northern, in Ringu district. We take this information to Ringu district of northern province. Let people have the power to make the decision. Let the girl child have the power to make the decision about their reproductive health. Another thing is the social and cultural factor. Northwestern, social and cultural factors. Southern province, Eastern province. This is something that is really influencing the teenage pregnancy rates in those regions. Okay? Especially that some people do not really have access, the adolescents don't even have access to education or the services. Or the access is very limited. So this is a very big barrier when it comes to addressing teenage pregnancy. Northern province, Wapula, Eastern, Southern province, Northwestern. You guys, let's find ways on how we can engage our traditional leaders. We can put the traditional leaders as the champions of this fight. Let's make them the champions. Let them be held accountable. If there is a teenage pregnancy in the village, let them be held accountable. Let's make them the face of teenage pregnancy. Let's make them the champions of teenage pregnancy so that they can understand and they can champion the fight in their villages or in their communities. Northwestern, Eastern, Southern, Western, which one? Muchinga. Please, let's work together with our traditional leaders because the norms, the cultures, the attitudes, they still have power. They still influence the pregnancy rates in these provinces. right? The other thing also is the government and NGO intervention. It's a very important factor that um, has really contributed to um, teenage pregnancy decrease in some of these regions, for example, in Lusaka and Wapula. Not Wapula, sorry, even Wapula as well. Lusaka, Wapula Central. Okay. So, but the question really is how much resources have we, invested the past decade, for the past 10 years? How much resources have we invested in fighting teenage pregnancy? How much of those resources has actually reached out to the end user, the end beneficiary? How much of that has been done? So those are some of the questions that we need to ask, that we need to ask the government. The interventions that you're rolling out in the community, are they actually reaching out the intended purpose, the intended people? So those are some of the questions that we need to ask. Otherwise, the work that you guys are doing is so amazing. Government, through the Ministry of Education, through the Ministry of Health, the NGOs, you guys are doing so much. You guys are doing so much, but we need to document your work. We need to ensure that your work is well documented so that we can say this is not would have not been possible without the intervention of the government, without the intervention of the NGOs, or whoever just is fighting for the improvements or the reduction of teenage pregnancy. So those are some of the factors that I just thought of highlighting. Otherwise, in conclusion, the trends really in teenage pregnancy across Zambia, they show a mix of progress and challenges. You know, some provinces really have shown improvements in reducing teenage pregnancies, while others, particularly eastern, northwestern, southern, and southern is doing well, but at least it needs to be below 20% or below 25%, right? So they still continue to see high rates. This just requires us now to come up with targeted interventions, especially in regions with high teenage pregnancy rates. Use it to expand access to reproductive health services in rural areas. Let's use it to expand the continuing and improving education programs on sexual reproductive health for young people. Let's use the report, let's use the data to promote policies that empower young women to make informed choices about their reproductive health. Guys, let's keep this conversation going. What do you think should be done to reduce teenage pregnancy? You can write, you can comment, you can share, whatever that you feel can work. Please, let's do it. And just to leave a question with you guys, where are we falling short in addressing teenage pregnancy? Where are we falling short? The money is there, the resources are there, but where are we falling short? So these are some of the conversations that we need to start having. If you need the resources, you can download them on the Demographic Health site. Just pick the year that you want. You want the 2024 report, you want the 2018 report, or you want the 2023 14 report. Everything is there. You can go out and see some of these indicators like family planning, HIV, all those things are there. So let's make use of these resources. Thank you very much. If you need further information or you'd like to explore collaboration opportunities, please feel free to reach out to me at this email at mwalemike23@gmail.com. So you can reach out to me, we can have this conversation, and we can explore further on how we can really just understand the trends of teenage pregnancy the past decades. Otherwise, thank you very much. That's it from me. Please share your views and share this information. And remember, information is only powerful when it is shared. So I've done my part and I've shared it to you guys. Otherwise, thank you very much. My email is there. We can still keep the conversation going. Thank you.